I'm calling for artists to pull out of Manchester Pride his way. The LGBT community have called on Manchester Pride to drop their headline sponsor, Booking.com, due to their complicity in the genocide in Gaza. The Palestinian Boycotts, Divestment and Sanctions National Council lists Booking.com as a pressure target. They say the BDS movement actively call for pressure campaigns against these targets. This includes boycotts, when reasonable alternatives exist, as well as lobbying, peaceful disruptions, and social media pressure.
According to the United Nations Office for the Coordination of Humanitarian Affairs, 38,794 Palestinians have been killed by Israel in the Gaza genocide, with 60% being women, children, and the elderly. This figure has been confirmed by the Israel Intelligence Services and the World Health Organization. 89,364 have been injured, according to a paper published in the Lancet Medical Journal. Applying a conservative estimate of 4 indirect deaths per 1 direct death, it is not implausible to estimate that up to 186,000 or even more deaths could be attributable to the current conflict in Gaza. This was based on June data, and given the massacres of the past few weeks, the same estimation gives a death toll closer to 200,000.
Booking.com is listed as a pressure target since it allows listings in occupied Palestinian territory, and after announcing it will remove 200 of such listings, it reversed its decision, showing it is knowingly complicit in Israel's occupation. The corporation has also been sued for laundering profits from Israeli war crimes in Palestine. It has its second largest headquarters in our city, so we are in a position to apply pressure where it will be visible and damaging to them.
It is our moral duty to act as the Palestinian people are calling for, namely to boycott, lobby, disrupt, and apply pressure to Booking.com. For this cause, Manchester's LGBT community has pulled together and formed a grassroots organization called No Pride in Genocide Manchester. We are calling for an end to the pinkwashing of genocide. The community has written an open letter to Manchester Pride, signed by 1,268 individuals and 68 organizations, calling on them to drop Booking.com and to commit to anti-pinkwashing principles. Manchester Pride has responded and refused to drop Booking.com while describing the ongoing genocide and the occupation as war and a conflict, while claiming solidarity with the Palestinians. Manchester Pride denied their complicity in genocide, despite their actions speaking louder to the contrary. In fact, the case is very simple. By acting against the boycott called by those suffering genocide, they are complicit.
This is why LGBT artists, including the Bolly Rich and Peck's Drag Kings, have pulled out of Manchester Pride. As an artist myself, I have participated in boycotts and pulled out of shows, and so I know how powerful this act can be. This summer, I participated in the Bans Boycott Barclays movement, which resulted in the Genocide Funding Bank being dropped from all UK festival sponsorships. I have contacted Manchester Pride directly to schedule a conversation, but I have been unable to do so far. Due to the urgency of the situation and the escalation of massacres in Gaza this past week, I am now strongly encouraging all Manchester Pride artists to both withdraw their labour and also call on others to take part in the boycott. To quote the Bolly Witch, by continuing to take part in events that are sponsored by organisations that support and advocate genocide, the money you accept is corrupt. And don't be an activist on stages like this and then happily cash the check. Regardless of what you do with the money, all we see is you taking it. Do better. Don't step on that stage. Please help support the cause by signing and sharing the open letter that is in No Pride in Genocide Manchester's bio, encouraging any artists you know to pull out of Manchester Pride, contacting Manchester Pride directly, and following the movement to support future actions. Free Palestine. We call for land back and reparations and nothing less.